Money isn't hiding from you. It's sprinting away because it's terrified of your discipline. And honestly, who can blame it when your self-control has the structural integrity of a wet paper bag? 1. Discipline. Secret: the boring budget that saves your life. Phenomenon: every wealthy person has one trait in common. They're absolutely, painfully, disturbingly boring with their money. Not cool boring like mysterious millionaire, but spreadsheet boring like this person definitely alphabetizes their spices. And here's the weird part: it works. While everyone else is out here treating their paycheck like a scratch-off lottery ticket, disciplined people track every dollar with the enthusiasm of a retired detective solving one final case. Picture this: your salary lands, and instantly your brain whispers, "Finally, I can relax now," while your wallet quietly packs its bags, books a flight, and vanishes into impulse purchases, food delivery, and subscriptions you swear you canceled. Meanwhile, disciplined people give every dollar a job before it even wakes up. Rent, investments, savings, guilt-free fun money, boom, assigned. It's like running a military boot camp for your finances instead of letting your cash wander around like a drunk tourist. And the punchline? The more boring your budget gets, the more exciting your life becomes. Wild vacations, early retirement, stress-free bills, all funded by the thrilling hobby of not being financially chaotic. Turns out, discipline isn't about restriction. It's about preventing your future self from hunting you down for crimes against your own wallet. 2. Discipline. Secret: the 24-hour rule that saves you from yourself. Hack: wealthy people don't avoid impulse purchases because they're morally superior. They avoid them because they know their own brain is a dangerous, hyperactive toddler with a credit card. Enter the 24-hour rule, the financial seatbelt you never knew you needed. Here's how it works. You want something? Great. Add it to your cart. Stare at it lovingly. Fantasize about your new identity as someone who owns that thing. And then, do absolutely nothing for 24 hours. That's it. Just wait. And in that microscopic pause between desire and disaster, something magical happens. Logic returns. Your brain sobers up. Your future self taps you on the shoulder and whispers, "Do you actually need a $180 candle that smells like moonlight and privilege?" The power isn't in saying no. It's in delaying the yes until you realize you never wanted the thing in the first place. And here's the part nobody admits. Most must-have purchases die faster than your gym motivation in February. Wealthy people use this rule obsessively because it separates momentary cravings from strategic spending. It keeps their money working, not wandering. The punchline? If you wait 24 hours and still want it, you can buy it guilt-free. But 92% of the time. The only thing you really wanted was a tiny dopamine hit, not the actual item. Congratulations, you just saved yourself from your own financial gremlin. 3. Discipline. Secret: the automatic money lockdown system. Here's a fun fact. Rich people don't trust themselves, not even a little. And that's exactly why they stay rich. They know that if their paycheck hits their account and just sits there unsupervised, wandering around like a toddler in a mall, it will absolutely get kidnapped by impulse buys, fast food cravings, and late-night treat-yourself delusions. So, what do disciplined people do? They automate everything. Savings? Automatic. Investments? Automatic. Bills? Automatic. Retirement contributions? Automatic. Their money doesn't ask questions, doesn't argue, doesn't negotiate. It just marches into its assigned destinations like a financially obedient soldier. Meanwhile, you're over there promising, "This month I'll finally save something," right before accidentally buying 3 food deliveries and a random gadget you'll return someday. Automation removes the worst part of wealth building, you. It makes discipline idiot-proof, because the less your brain is involved, the wealthier you become. And the punchline? Automation works even when you're lazy, tired, stressed, depressed, distracted, or pretending your finances don't exist. Imagine money growing quietly in the background while you binge-watch shows and avoid responsibilities. That's not just discipline, that's financial life support. 4. Discipline secret: the no-excuses investing habit. You hate but need. Wealthy people treat investing like brushing their teeth. Not optional, not emotional, not something you feel like doing today. Nope, it's a non-negotiable ritual. Meanwhile, everyone else waits for the perfect moment, which is code for never. You know the routine. I'll invest when the market calms down. I'll invest when I make more money. I'll invest when Mercury exits retrograde. Spoiler, you'll be 63, still waiting, still broke, still Googling, is it too late to start investing? Disciplined people don't time the market because they know they can't. They invest consistently, rain or shine, bull or bear, recession or euphoria. They show up even when the world looks like the financial equivalent of a dumpster fire. Why? Because compound interest doesn't care about your feelings. It only cares about time. The longer you wait, the more money you donate to future you. The bitter edition. The punchline? Wealthy people aren't brave. They aren't lucky. They're just consistent to the point of stubborn stupidity. And that consistency, that invest no matter what mindset, is what quietly prints them money while everyone else is panicking on Twitter. 5. Discipline. Secret, the lifestyle freeze while everyone flexes. Move. Here's the part that drives people absolutely insane. Rich people often look average. Not poor, not fancy, just aggressively normal. They keep their lifestyle the same even when their income goes up. Meanwhile, you get a $300 raise and suddenly convince yourself you deserve a new phone, new wardrobe, and maybe a car upgrade that doubles your insurance. Disciplined people know the real wealth hack. Don't inflate your lifestyle until your investments start paying your bills, not your feelings. They freeze their expenses like a Disney character trapped in ice while funneling every extra dollar into assets. And yes, it's boring. And yes, it's humbling. And yes, it feels like everyone else is out there living while you're eating homemade pasta like a Victorian orphan. But here's the punchline. 5 years later, their net worth explodes while the flexers are still financing memories and monthly payments. Wealth doesn't reward people who live big. It rewards people who live below what they can actually afford. And nothing screams discipline louder than refusing to upgrade your life just because you upgraded your paycheck. 6. Discipline. Secret. The immediate money boundaries. Rule. Most people have the financial boundaries of a soggy paper straw. You lend money you can't afford, buy gifts you regret, pick up tabs to impress people who don't care, and say yes to every social event because the word no gives you hives. Meanwhile, wealthy people treat their money like a national treasure protected by lasers, guards, and a moat full of emotional crocodiles. Their favorite line? That's not in my budget. Simple, cold, effective. It's not personal, it's policy. Disciplined people protect their goals before protecting someone else's feelings. They know that every unplanned expense is not just money lost, it's time lost. Hours of work, days of progress, weeks of growth. And here's the punchline. The moment you start enforcing money boundaries, people will suddenly find the money they keep asking you for. Why? Because they were using your discipline to compensate for their chaos. Wealthy people say no often, early, and without guilt. Try it once. Watch your bank account sigh with relief. 7. Discipline. Secret, the track everything, judge yourself later. Ritual. Nothing reveals your true financial personality like tracking your spending. It's like turning on the lights at 3 a.m. and finding out your budget is actually a raccoon tearing through your pantry. Disciplined people track every dollar because they know awareness is the first step toward control, and also because they enjoy the emotional violence of confronting how stupid their past purchases were. Meanwhile, most people treat their spending like a crime scene they'd rather not revisit. If I don't check my statements, nothing bad happened, right? Wrong. Money respects attention, and the more attention you give it, the more it behaves. Tracking forces you to confront your patterns, the subscriptions multiplying like rabbits, the random snacks that add up to mortgage payments, the small purchases that unite to form one big wallet heist. And the punchline? Wealthy people don't track to shame themselves. They track to stay awake. Because nothing builds discipline like looking at your monthly summary and thinking, wow, I financially sabotaged myself harder than any enemy ever could. Awareness hurts, but being broke hurts more. 8. Discipline. Secret, the weekend doesn't mean wallet freedom. Protocol. You know who destroys their financial progress the fastest? Weekend warriors. Monday through Friday, they're disciplined saints. Meal-prepped lunches, coffee from home, saying no to nonsense. But the moment Friday hits, something snaps. Suddenly, they're financially possessed, throwing money around like they just sold a startup. Restaurants, bars, spontaneous outings, Uber rides, just one drink that mutates into six, all funded by vibes, denial, and credit cards. Meanwhile, disciplined people treat weekends the same as weekdays. Not joyless, just intentional. They know 2 days of chaos can erase 5 days of effort, like working out all week and then eating an entire cheesecake alone at midnight. They plan fun, but they cap it. They budget entertainment like normal humans instead of feral raccoons unleashed in a convenience store. The punchline? Wealth is built in the boring consistency between Monday and Sunday. Anyone can be disciplined on a workday. The real test is Saturday at 8 p.m. when your friends say, "Come on, live a little," while your bank account whispers, "Please don't listen to them." 9. Discipline. Secret: the financial fasting for mental clarity. Strategy: disciplined people practice something the average spender fears more than dental appointments: intentional no-spend periods. It's like a financial detox, except instead of drinking spinach smoothies, you're depriving yourself of unnecessary purchases, which, let's be honest, is emotionally equivalent to quitting caffeine. But it works. Wealthy people schedule no-spend days or weeks to reset their brains, quiet impulse cravings, and remind themselves they're the boss, not their dopamine. This isn't deprivation, it's mental recalibration. You realize how many pointless things you buy simply because you're bored, stressed, or temporarily convinced that a new gadget will fix your entire life. Spoiler: it won't. A no-spend period forces you to face the truth. You don't need 80% of the nonsense you buy. And after just a few days, something magical happens. Your cravings fade, your clarity improves, and your bank account finally stops screaming. The punchline? This discipline builds the muscle that separates wealthy people from everyone else, the ability to delay gratification without crying. And once you master that, money becomes surprisingly easy. 10. Discipline. Secret: the debt destruction without mercy. Mindset. Normal people treat debt like a pet. Oh, it's fine. It'll go away eventually. Wealthy people treat debt like a home intruder. Immediate threat, no negotiation, absolutely zero mercy. They don't make minimum payments unless they enjoy financial suffering. They don't rationalize debt with, "It's only 18% interest." Only? That's not interest. That's daylight robbery with paperwork. Disciplined people attack high-interest debt with the rage of 1,000 burning suns. They reroute bonuses, side hustle cash, tax refunds, everything, until the debt is gone. Why? Because they understand the math. You can't build wealth while owing money that grows faster than your investments. Paying off debt isn't sexy, it's not fun, it doesn't give dopamine, but it is discipline in its purest form, choosing long-term peace over short-term convenience. And the punchline? The moment you kill high-interest debt, your income becomes yours again, not a monthly tribute to the gods of poor decisions. 11. Discipline. Secret: the no emotional spending allowed rule. Let's be honest, most people don't buy things. They buy feelings. Stress? Buy something. Sad? Buy something. Bored? Definitely buy something. Had a good day? Celebrate by buying something. Tragic day? Comfort yourself by buying something. It's emotional whiplash with a credit card attached. Disciplined people simply refuse to let emotions dictate purchases. They know every impulse buy is basically emotional leakage disguised as self-care. Instead, they separate their feelings from their finances like a strict kindergarten teacher separating fighting toddlers. They wait, they journal, they breathe, they go outside. They do literally anything except financially sprint into danger. Because emotional spending always feels justified in the moment and absolutely idiotic the next morning. The punchline? When you stop using your wallet as a therapist, you actually solve problems instead of temporarily sedating them. Your bank account stops bleeding, your mind gets clearer, and the world stops looking like one giant shopping catalog designed to fill your emotional void. 12. Discipline. Secret: the grow income, not ego. Philosophy. Here's a harsh truth. Most people don't have a money problem. They have an ego problem. They'd rather look rich than become rich. They want praise, validation, admiration, the illusion of success. Wealthy, disciplined people couldn't care less. They know income is a tool, not a trophy. So instead of chasing applause, they chase skill growth. They learn, they improve, they experiment. They try new income streams, new responsibilities, new challenges. While others chase titles and status, disciplined people chase competence, the only thing that reliably raises income. They take extra courses when others binge Netflix. They practice new skills when others scroll TikTok. They build leverage while others chase clout. And the punchline? Ego is expensive. Skill is profitable. One drains your wallet, the other fills it. Discipline is choosing the thing that pays you instead of the thing that impresses strangers for 7 seconds. 13. Discipline. Secret: the delayed luxury, accelerated wealth. Rule-disciplined people have mastered a strange superpower, resisting luxury until luxury becomes irrelevant. They don't avoid nice things forever. They just refuse to buy them while they're still financially fragile. Meanwhile, everyone else treats luxury like a birthright. I work hard, I deserve it, they say, moments before financing a watch that costs more than their monthly rent. Disciplined people live by a different rule. Luxury comes after wealth, not before it. They know luxury is designed to trick you into believing you've made it, when in reality, you're just making payments. They choose long-term stability over temporary aesthetics. They wait until buying something expensive won't dent their net worth, stress them out, or derail their goals. And here's the fun twist. By the time they can afford luxury effortlessly, they care about it less. Because discipline changes your taste. You start craving freedom, not logos, time, not things, peace, not status. The punchline? Luxury is sweetest when it's optional, when you don't need it for identity, when it's a choice, not a coping mechanism. That's the discipline that builds generational wealth while everyone else is chasing shiny objects. 14. Discipline. Secret: the invest in skills before assets framework. Most people sprint toward investing like toddlers chasing balloons, excited, clueless, and destined to cry when things pop. They want stocks, crypto, real estate, anything that sounds glamorous. Meanwhile, disciplined people invest in something far more valuable first: their skills. Because skills increase income, income increases investing power, and investing power builds wealth. It's the compounding chain reaction nobody wants to hear because it requires effort. Everyone wants passive income, but nobody wants active discipline. Disciplined people take courses, read books, practice high-value skills, learn technology, and master things that actually raise their earning potential. They know the truth. You can't invest your way out of low income. You can't budget your way into wealth without increasing your value. Skills are the engine. Investments are the fuel. Without the engine, the fuel just sits there doing nothing. And the punchline? Skills have the highest ROI of anything you can buy. They can't crash, can't inflate away, can't be taxed into oblivion, but they can dramatically transform your income. Discipline is choosing to build your capability before building your portfolio. 15. Discipline. Secret: the friends who ruin your wallet. Audit. If you want to know your financial future, look at your closest friends. Not to judge, just to predict. Because here's a tragic fact. People catch financial habits like colds. If your friends are chronic spenders, impulsive buyers, restaurant addicts, let's just go out enthusiasts, or treat yourself evangelists, congratulations, you're being financially peer pressured into staying broke. Disciplined people curate their circle with ruthless precision. They surround themselves with people who respect budgets, ambitions, boundaries, and long-term goals, not people who think saving money is boring. They avoid friends who belittle discipline because those same friends will absolutely drag your wallet into the abyss with them. It's not about cutting people off. It's about adjusting your exposure, because money habits are contagious. Spend around big spenders? You'll spend. Save around disciplined people? You'll save. The punchline? Wealth isn't just individual discipline. It's environmental discipline. If your circle doesn't support your goals won't survive your circle. 16. Discipline. Secret: the say no to opportunity syndrome. Filter. Most people get financially wrecked not by bad habits, but by shiny opportunities they couldn't resist. A friend's guaranteed business, a can't-lose crypto, a ground floor MLM pretending to be entrepreneurship. Discipline means saying no to 95% of the opportunities that come your way, especially the ones wrapped in hype and urgency. Disciplined people filter opportunities like they're checking for poison. They ask, is it aligned with my goals? Does it fit my skill set? Can I afford the risk? Do I actually understand it? And if the answer is no, they walk away without hesitation. Meanwhile, undisciplined people throw money at every shiny thing that sparkles in their peripheral vision, then cry later when the sparkle turns out to be debt, regret, and tax complications. The punchline? Wealthy people aren't lucky, they're selective. Their discipline isn't just about what they do, it's about what they refuse to do. Financial success isn't a buffet, it's a strict diet. 17. Discipline's secret: the consistency over intensity. Wealth law. Most people approach money the way they approach the gym. 1 week of intense effort followed by 6 weeks of forgetting they even have goals. They budget aggressively for a month, then quit. They invest for 2 paychecks, then stop. They save hard until one emotional purchase annihilates everything. Disciplined people understand a fundamental truth: consistency beats intensity every single time. They don't try to overhaul their entire financial life overnight. They pick small habits and repeat them until they become identity. Save $50 consistently beats saving $200 once. Investing every month beats timing the market perfectly once. Tracking. Spending weekly beats one dramatic financial reset that lasts 48 hours. Discipline is boring, repetitive, predictable, which is exactly why it works. The punchline? Wealth isn't built in breakthroughs, it's built in routines. If consistency is the engine, discipline is the fuel, and intensity is just the fireworks people waste money on. 18. Discipline. Secret: the adapt or stay broke upgrade. Cycle. Most people treat their financial strategy like an old operating system, outdated, slow, glitchy, and somehow still using methods from 2009. They keep the same budget, same habits, same income level, same comfort zone, and then wonder why nothing changes. Disciplined people know that wealth requires constant updates. They adapt their strategy yearly, sometimes monthly. If inflation rises, they adjust spending. If their industry shifts, they reskill. If their investments need rebalancing, they rebalance. They don't cling to old habits like nostalgic hoarders. They evolve like financially strategic Pokemon. Meanwhile, undisciplined people stay loyal to the same broken methods, proudly declaring, "This has always worked for me," while their net worth whispers, "Has it though?" Adaptation isn't sexy, but it's essential. Money punishes stagnation and rewards evolution. The punchline? Wealth discipline isn't just about what you're doing now. It's about upgrading what you're becoming. If you don't evolve, your finances won't either. 19. Discipline. Secret: the time horizon that grows your money while you sleep. Reality: if you want to understand the difference between financially disciplined people and everyone else, here it is. Disciplined people think in decades. Everyone else thinks in days, or worse, in moods. Undisciplined people make decisions based on how they feel right now. Feel stressed? Spend. Feel bored? Spend. Feel excited? Invest recklessly. Feel panicked? Sell everything. Meanwhile, disciplined people treat time like their most powerful asset. They understand that money grows when it's left alone, like a plant, not yanked out of the soil every time you get curious. They plan long-term, invest long-term, commit long-term. They don't chase instant gratification or overnight miracle wealth. They plant seeds and water them, slowly, relentlessly, predictably. While others chase financial fireworks, disciplined people build financial fireplaces. Warm, steady, consistent, impossible to blow out. And the punchline? Time makes the disciplined wealthy and exposes the impulsive as broke. Discipline isn't fast, it's inevitable. 20. Discipline. Secret: the identity switch that separates wealthy from wannabes. Trigger. This is the final brutal truth. Wealth isn't built by hacks, tricks, apps, or spreadsheets. It's built by identity. Most people see discipline as something they do, occasionally, when motivated, when convenient, when life feels orderly. That's why it fails. Disciplined people see discipline as who they are. They don't try to save. They are savers. They don't try to invest. They are investors. They don't try to learn. They are learners. When discipline becomes identity, self-control becomes automatic. The decisions stop being battles and start being defaults. And the punchline? Once your identity changes, your habits have no choice but to follow. And once your habits change, your wealth has no choice but to grow. Discipline isn't about forcing yourself. It's about redefining yourself. That's the moment where wealth becomes not just possible, but unavoidable. So tell me, which discipline glitch is sabotaging your wallet the hardest? Drop your favorite financial disaster below, and let's see who's brave enough to admit their chaos.